Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Good evening. Anda sedang menonton secara langsung khas agenda AWANI di sini. Tadi saya katakan muara tebas di Kuching. Tapi muara tebas tu untuk orang Melayu macam saya yang saya nampak sangat nak beli tanah kat sini. Dekat pejabat tanah dia kata muara tebas tapi kawasannya Pending. So let's get that right. And yang penting, ini USASI Hotel. Sana adalah BCCK. Buat pertama kali Forum Ekonomi Islam Sedunia, World Islamic Economic Forum berlangsung di sini. Pertama kali di Borneo, pertama kali di Sarawak, pertama kali di Kuching. Tadi kita dengan pemimpin-pemimpin besar, sekarang kita juga dengan pemimpin-pemimpin besar yang perlu melaksanakan pelbagai perkara daripada 3 sektor berbeza. Pertama sekali, yang paling hampir dengan saya mengalu-alukan kedatangan, and this is a very great man I would like to introduce, which is in the US they call it Secretary of State, but in Sarawak they call it the State Secretary of Sarawak, Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Haji Muhammad Murshidi. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you, Guru.
And I wouldn't be here if it's not for him. He always challenged me to go higher and higher. And then, you know, we can talk about Sarawak. Kita tak boleh cakap tentang Sarawak hanya daripada aspek polisi. Kesawanan penting dalam ekonomi digital, unit players, unit SMEs, and Sarawak has given birth to SMEs even from the old economy. Serba Dynamic is one of them. If you go and check on Bursa Malaysia counter right now, they're bucking the trend of oil and gas counter. Valuation, saya tak boleh nak ikut, terlalu banyak kosongnya, billions of dollars. Terima kasih kepada Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdul Karim Abdullah, Group Managing Director of Serba Dynamic Holdings. And of course, gender diversity is also a very important topic discussed at World Islamic Economic Forum, and I'm so glad that Saudari Amelia Roziman could join us today. And she is the lady, the mix between Iman, and I forgot to ask what's the other half of the mix, but she made me run 3-kilometer obstacle course in Kuching with a torn meniscus on my left knee. But I still survived. I finished it, right? So thank you so much, Saudari Amelia from Sarawak Convention Bureau. You're the CEO, practically the number one leader. And saya nak pergi terus saja, Tan Sri. Tadi, lebih kurang 15 minit ke setengah jam yang lalu, Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri, he said that, you know, when he had saw the vision of digital economy, he mentioned that he went to see State Secretary. Now that the State Secretary is right beside me, jadi saya nak tanyalah, kalau kita boleh masuk, I think you and me are old enough to remember Twilight Zone, bergelung-gelung, terowong masa, time tunnel. If you can go back to that very moment, how did you receive that? When Yang Amat Berhormat went to you and say, or met you and say, we have to do digital economy, and I want to plan for digital economy.
Well, first thing, I must say you are doing injustice to me. Because you're asking a question to a person who just spoke about the whole thing earlier on. The person, the Chief Minister. But the first thing that came to my mind when he asked me to go to his office on the first day of his reporting duty as a Chief Minister, he said, I want to go into digital economy. So my response was, I said, sir, you're very bold. You are very brave. This is an area of the unknown to a lot of people. But fortunately, we were able to deliberate on the subject matter very clearly. And we started the journey. Immediately, he asked me to organize IDEX, yes, International Digital Economy Conference. And during that conference, that's where the beginning of the creation of elaborate awareness about digital economy. The interest started almost like instantaneous. Yes. And so many people just attended and just sit down at the conference. You know, a lot of conferences I attend, by the time you are at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, half the hall is gone. But in that conference, 5 o'clock, they're still full of people attending. That means the interest is very much inside the old Sarawakians by large. So we went into a lot of deliberation. So I had a lot of discussion with the Chief Minister. Even I myself at that time was trying to comprehend what are the area of focus that he wants to do. So we work on, first step is we start trying to get all civil servants to understand the concept of digital economy. So we had a lot of labs, laboratory discussion, group discussion. And I must say now we are already there. Okay. Most civil servants are actually quite understanding the whole concept of digital economy. So I can touch a little bit about the economy later on.
I'll come back to that later, because in Malaysia, in general, people will say, yeah, we always have good plan, but the devil is in the details of implementation. And how hard is that going to be? How is it that you're facing right now? But there's a lot of examples. Saya nak bagi contoh juga SME. That was what Serba Dynamic was. And SME, I think not even Kuching, Bintulu was your strong roots. But when everyone was leaving Middle East or West Asia, the Europeans, the slumbergers, the big four petrol company, they were going away. You went in. And now look where you are. If you can tell that story to us, Dato'.
Chair Kamaru, thank you very much. I would actually just try to link up to the industry that I'm in. We are talking about productivity, we are talking about efficiency, and we are talking about who basically can generate the result that is needed. So based on that, everything is going back to technology. What is the latest state of art technology that you have, which you can offer to achieve those elements that I mentioned: high productivity, high efficiency, and it will help the client to optimize their output. In returns, basically it's talking about the profitability to their asset which they own. So I think based on that, Serba Dynamic as a company grow from SME, rightfully like what you said. We have to prove ourselves that we are a company that has that capability that can be offered to the asset owner. So based on that, I think we have worked very hard. We try to understand the best of what we can, available technology in the market. We adopt it, we practice it, and after that, we make it happen, offer it to the client. Initially, as a culture over in Malaysia, domestic players like us is not really well looked into. So that was one of the reasons also that pushed us out internationally. So we go out of the country and out of the state of Sarawak, and we venture the first destination, rightfully like what you mentioned, is Middle East. And I still remember, to be more specific, is Qatar. Yeah. So we offer the service over there, we have proved ourselves, and we have met what the industrial standard is looking for. So the rest are history, and what I would like to summarize here is we managed to go back to ensure that the customer got the productivity, in which it means that in a lot of jobs that we have done, we managed to reduce down the downtime of the production plant. So it's talking about saving millions of money for them per day. So I think based on that, technology is important. And again, I think later on we will touch on all this digital technology and so on.
That's the reason why I'm not a group MD of a multi-billion-dollar company. Dato' make it sound so simple, but you know, services for oil and gas, very high standards, and Sarawak-born company can do that. But that's not a surprise to the people here, because they're so used to disruption going against the odds. And Saudari Amelia would have to help me elucidate that, because Sarawak is diverse, we know that. Sarawak is the most diverse of states in Malaysia. But how do you turn that to work in the global arena of business? And before even there was MySAT for the whole country, there was Sarawak Convention Bureau. So you look at tribes and you see business tribes. That still amazes me until now. Please tell us the story.
Thank you, Kamarul. Before I start answering your question, perhaps that I would like to elaborate a bit more about business events and what is Sarawak Convention Bureau. Business events, formerly known as MICE, which stand for Meeting, Incentive, Conference and Exhibitions. So Sarawak Convention Bureau, we are non-profit organizations established in 2006 by the Sarawak state government, and our prime role is to market Sarawak as a business events destination and also to bid and support international and national conferences and exhibitions in Sarawak. So, talking about business event, we're talking about the meeting industry. So with the fourth industrial revolution, I mean, everyone is talking about digital economy now. So there will be a phenomenal changes in the meeting industry. Not just how it will change the nature of the conferences or exhibitions being held, but also how business events can help to develop the business, the digital economy industry. Right. So we see this as an opportunity to leverage the capability of business events, because at the moment the revenue returns is only seen in tourism business. But if we unleash the business events' full potential, we can construct a strong economic value, not just for digital economy sector, but also other sectors such as agriculture, education, medical, technology, and many more.
I see the point. And services sector is the hallmark of a developed economy, which I'm so great to hear. But I have to go and be disrupted by the first commercial break. But once we're back, Tan Sri, I have to go back to you. Because like I said, the devil is still in the implementation of things. And let's, still a bit of secret only, Tan Sri. You can share some secrets, right, on digital economy implementation right after this short break. You are still watching a very special live session of Agenda AWANI from the rooftop of UCSI. It's a lounge actually, but we converted it into our mini studio thanks to UCSI hotel and their students and their staff and all the group people. But this is the spirit in Sarawak. You work together, but now I want to see the highway that Tan Sri SS is going to pave for them to journey in the digital economy. Because the devil is always in the implementation of things, Tan Sri.
Yeah, thank you, Baru. Sekali lagi. Possibly there's no more secret because the Chief Minister spoke a lot about it. We started, like I said, with the conference, and then we had a lot of discussion groups among all the civil servants, and we engaged experts from Estonia, experts from Australia, and even we went for benchmarking visits to China, to Estonia, to Australia. And all these places that we went, we learned a lot. Not only learn what they have done well, but the mistakes that they have done as well. That's part of our learning process. So we, through that process and through a lot of discussion groups, we create a lot of documents. We develop a lot of documents, a lot of write-ups on what are the kind of direction that we should take for Sarawak. So from this whole process, we developed a number of clusters that we emphasize on, including cyber security, talent management, e-commerce, digital government, and the concept of Center of Excellence where research on technologies are being developed as well, and many more. So that journey basically is a journey that we ourselves own it, because it's done by ourselves. Of course, we leverage on the experts to help us as well. And it took us from April until now. Okay. So the final product that will come out soon, of which the Chief Minister will be launching it, is our digital economy strategy, okay, which will be the kind of the blueprint for for the rollout of all the action plans that are going to happen in the next few years.
Rahmat Alhamdulillah membanyak di Sarawak ni, digital economy or otherwise. I'm feeling it now. But Datuk, how are you going to take advantage of this, of digital disruption and the move towards digital economy of Sarawak? This is your home base.
Yes, it is one of the locations which we are looking into it in a very serious manner. And I would like to thank the leadership of Sarawak for being so far-sighted, being able to look into it, act onto it, and really prepare the necessary infrastructure for industrialists and practitioners like us to come in. But I want to touch on two issues. When we talk about all this digital economy, technology, and so on, there is two aspects of it. Number one is inventor of the technology, and the other one is the user of the technology. Yes. So as a company, we embark on both journey. We do have areas which we do have the technology in-house, and we put in investment, research and developments to enhance it, and so that we can really go to the standards which is at par with the international players globally. And then in certain areas where we are just the user, we want to further enhance that into also the inventor of technology, because at the end of the day, the winner will be the inventor of the technology. The user would just be, istilah kata orang, tempias yang ada. But the key and the core of where the revenue and money is the inventor of the technology. So what we are doing is we are looking at acquisitions of those entities which we can come in and take over the ownership of the technology.
It's getting more richer in here. There's a lot of moisture, but I'm wrapping this up, don't worry. I'm going to Amelia. Amelia, paint us a great picture of services industry, integration between business event, and enabling the whole, even people in the deepest reaches of the lovely rainforest of Sarawak into the supply chain of the new digital economy.
Well, in Sarawak Convention Bureau, we have adopted big data in the past 10 years. And it has been instrumental to our high success of over 80% of bid wins. At the moment, we have about 730 bid wins since 2006 up to date, and we have garnered a direct delegate expenditure of $500 million for the state. So if we compare our success rate, 80% now, which is well above 50% international benchmark for bureaus anywhere around the world. And we have already digitalized our marketing effort, bidding effort, and also communicating. So for digital economy, what we're doing now, we are grooming a number of digital economy convention ambassadors to spark new and original conferences in the state. And we also have increased our effort in winning more business events in digital economy. Okay. If you talk about the digital and technology disruption in meeting industry, internationally, this is not really something new. Of course, you can see two sides of coins, when it comes to this. The positive part of this is that, of the coin, more and more technology is available now to enhance the experience of the meeting planners and the delegates. We have swift registration now. You don't have to wait in line to register. Yeah. And live voting at the General Assembly, no more paper, and you can see the result instantly. Meeting apps to replace the program book, and interacting in social media as part of the conference program, which make the conference more fun, more interactive, and alive. But at the same time, the other side of the coin, we also encounter virtual meeting exhibition that leads to a lower cost because, the delegate does not have to travel anymore.
So what will be a hub?
Well, let me finish first. So, it will impact the airline business because no one will be traveling much anymore. The hotel, the convention center, and of course, the tourism business. And this is really sad, because we lost the human touch. So, but in Malaysia, it's a different case. We have not been fully disrupted yet. because the meeting planners prefer to stick with the traditional way and resist to change, as it has been seen as additional costs instead of optimize the overall experience of the conferences.
Okay.
So
Point taken.
there's a lot of opportunity here.
They're screaming in my ear to ask me to wrap up, but this is Sarawak. This is Bumi Kenyalang. This is the first SS that stays with me even in the gerimis of water. So I'm going to give Dato' maybe 2-3 sentences to wrap this up, and then I'll let you wrap up. Your positive feeling forward about Sarawak in the digital economy.
I strongly believe that Sarawak will be able to achieve it because I myself is a Sarawakian. We know that we are very determined people, and we know that we are in certain areas quite far behind. We have to run now so that we can be at par with other people in elsewhere or also globally. But I would like to also just touch on one very important point, which I always say that as an industrialist, we need to innovate, failing which we are going to evaporate. So it's very important, innovative here, to adopt it as a culture in our daily undertakings.
Sarawakians can do it.
Yes.
Tan Sri, please wrap it up nicely packaged for everyone.
Okay, what's the whole buzz about this digital economy? The idea of this digital economy basically is to improve, enhance the rakyat experience. No point to have digital economy when the rakyat doesn't benefit from it. So it's about improving, enhancing the rakyat experience through all kinds of better digital government services, better payment system, and so forth. And the next thing is about how do we grow the economy, meaning to say the businesses, the production, the supplies, the logistics, the e-commerce will be enhanced through this digital economy. So in other words, Sarawak, we want Sarawak to grow, the growth rate to be higher. Now we are about 4%. We expect it to grow by 6.5%, probably, with this digital economy. Yes.
Kita basah bersama, tak apa, Tan Sri. I would like to thank UCSI Hotel. I would like to thank WIEF. I would like to thank the state government, the CM office, Serba Dynamic, and also SCB. But enough said. I only want to end with this. Hujan gerimis, hujan keramat. Negeri ini, negeri berkat. Astro AWANI sentiasa sepakat. That's our promise to the Sarawak people and the Sarawak government. As long as you're willing to have us, we will work together with you to ensure that at least awareness is there that these are the new opportunities brought by the digital economy, mission and vision of Sarawak. Thank you so much, gentlemen and lady, and thanks to you for watching. Send in your own views to all the social media platforms that we have. We're going to enjoy the rain. This is live from Pending, BCCK just there, Kuching right behind me, and we're going to enjoy the night. Tomorrow is the last day of World Islamic Economic Forum, the 13th, right here for the first time in Borneo, in Sarawak, in Kuching. Thank you and good night.